Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to my videos. Let me start ninth standard social science chapter political science part in the chapter 5 the Indian election system. So in this chapter we have to studying about that Indian election system. So in this chapter we have to see that the main objectives are the election commission of India, and in process of election, the political parties, the coalitions government, and then media, and then democracies. So these are all points we have to see in this chapters. Okay, let me start the one by one. That is the election commission. So India is the biggest democracy in the world. The elections are to the needed for healthy democracy. So in order to the ensure and free independence elections in India. The part 14 of the constitutions of India the speaks about the independent election commission in India from article 324 to 329. It has responsibility to conduct both the central and the state election. The election commission conducts local bodies election under the article of 324K and ZAZ. And the next, we have to see the structures of this election commission. The structure of election commission. The article, the 324, to speaks about the formations of election commission. The Indian Election Commissions was founded in the January 25th, 1950. And then through the constitutional amendment, the 61, the minimum age of the voting was reduced to the 18 year from the 21 year. The president appointed, yeah, the president appoints election commission. Their tenure is for the 6 year or the complexions of this the 65 years of ago. They can tender resignation at any given time that parliament can impeach them to the grounds of incompetency and unconstitutional to the behavior. The election commission conduct the elections of president, vice president, Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha, and the Vidhana Parishad and Vidhana Sabha. It has absolute power to the declare to the date of election, declaring the result and during the entire durations of election. The election commission has no employees of its own conducts election. It appoints the government employees for this works in this approval of this president. The state election commission to conduct the elections in the local bodies of Panchayat Raj, urban local bodies, and the governor appoints to the state election commissions under the article for 243 K2 and K and A ZA. In Karnataka, the state election commissions has been formed under the article the 308 of the Karnataka Grama Swarajya and the Panchayat Act of the 1993. The conducts the elections of this, so these are all were the local bodies. And then next we have to see there the election proceeds. The state is divided into the small electoral divisions for this purpose of election. So this electoral divisions is called the constituents for formed the basis of this population. Next, we have to see that the voter list. The voter list is the list which contains to the names and certains of the detail to the voters. It is called to the electoral roll. The electoral roll is prepared by this election commission. So much more of this election. So election rule is also reserved to the every year at the time of revisions of this name, and those who has attained the age of 18 are included and that the name of the dead are deleted. The electoral rolls helps the polling official to the identity the voters. The election photo identity card for the are issued to all the eligible voter by this election commission. The EPIC is also used to the proof of general identification. The voter must produce only on any identity card proofs such as PAN card, card number, income tax department, the driving license, passport, or any other proofs to identify specified by the government at the time of for the voting. And the next one we have to see the notification. The election it is to the process beginning with the notification. The election commission it is to issue the notifications about the elections to be the held. The detail schedules the timetable of the election published or the notified in the government gazette and also the other media like that radio tv and then to the newspaper also. And then next, nomination of the candidate. The candidates who wish to the contest to the election must fulfill the certain conditions and fill their nominations paper before the authority to appointed for this purpose. The candidate must deposit certain amount of your money, that is the security deposit, along with the nomination paper. The political parties choose the candidates to represent the parties. The authorizations given by the political parties to the content the election is termed as the party ticket. The contestants to getting to the party tickets having the advantage of ruling using to the party symbol and the party support to the champion. The many of this time the party tickets put to the benefication and secure to the good number of the vote from the voters who own allegiance to the political parties. The contestants who are not identified with the any political parties are called the independent candidates. Such independent candidates are allotted symbol by the election, the commission. Next, we have to see the security of nomination. The nomination paper filled by the candidates are scrutinized by the appointed authority. After the scrutiny, the names of this eligible and also the rejected the candidate are announced. So withdraw of nomination paper. The after the announcement of this list, the eligible candidate are given the time to limit to withdraw the nomination if they are desired so. So after that next step, the election campaign comes. The election campaign it is to started after the announcement of the final list of candidates. The camps must end the 48 hours before the closure of election. During the camp, the political parties announced the several policies and the programs and then promised the people to fulfill those who voted the power. Such kind of promise are given in the election, the manifesto, public meeting, door to door camps, banners, cutout and posters and then pamphlet and then flag and the slogans are common during the propaganda. So all the contesting candidate to have their follow the mood code of the mood code of conduct announced by the election commission. Next step we have to see the polling day. So the polling day is the day of voting, the day or the day of the election. On the polling day, the voters go to the assigned polling booths to the vote. The polling booth is place of voting. The polling officials are appointed the manage to the polling booth. In the polling booth, the ballot paper are provided to the voters to the cast their voters. The paper that contains the name of can contestants and the election symbol allowed to them. The election symbols it is to be help the literate masses and also the others to identify the candidates. The election voting machine EVM. So EVM means the electronic voting machine to replacing the ballot papers. Nowadays that voter recorded their voters. So after the steps we have to see that the counting of votes. So counting of votes done at the counting the centers by this counting officials in the presence of this candidate in their agents. The counting of vote has become the agile quick with the introductions to the election voting machine under the certain special circumstance recounting to the permitted. If case of any dispute that candidate can approach the court of law recounting offering declare to the result at the end of this the counting. In the next steps we have to see the political parties. The political parties are necessary in the democratic upset. The political parties are the link between representative government and the people. They play a major role in the formulations to the policies for social and economic process. Political parties to become a training ground to the development leadership, the qualities. The political parties that commands majority in the lower house, the Lok Sabha at the center and the legislative assembly at the state level for this government. The party that forms the government is called the ruling party. The party that commands to the second positions is called that is the opposition party. The minor political parties or the independents can support either the ruling party or the opposition on their own. And the next level we have to see the national parties. So there are the many political parties in India. These political parties are classified into the national political parties, and then the regional political parties is also known. The national political parties have the branches in the many states of our nation. They have respectable number of representative in the parliament and also the state legislative. The election commission the grant recognize the national parties, the Indian National Congress, Bharatiya Janata Party, the Community Party of India are some of the major national political parties of India. They established the identities through their own the parties to the symbol. Next, the religion political parties. The religion political parties are called to the state political parties is also. In many states, the regional parties by the of their majority have their formed government DMK, Allah DMK in the Tamil Nadu, Assam, Ghana Parishad to the Assam, Telugu Desham that is the Andhra Pradesh, Shiva Sena Maharashtra, Janata Dal it is to the secular Jatyatita. In the Karnataka, Samajwadi Party to the UP. For the few major the religious political parties is there. The religious parties have many representatives in the parliament. The religious parties play an the important role for in this the government. The major political parties fail to secure the majority at the central or the state national polities. And the next one, the coalitional government ಅಂದರೆ ಸಮ್ಮಿಶ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. The many political parties participate in the election to secure power. So many times no party get to the required a majority of forms to the government. Such as a situation, it is to be called the huge parliament or the huge assembly. In such situations, some of the political parties to the together to make a alliance to get required the majority of forms of this government. Such alliance is called to the post rule alliance. The government sometimes the formulate policies to make a law based upon this public opinion. The public opinion change from this time to time based issues, and then the public must be aware of the issues like must be free for this express the opinion about their fear and then prejudice. The TV, radio, newspaper, journals, the websites such others medias to help for the sharing to the public the opinion. And the next, the media and the democracy. So day by day the informations about the happening to provide some the media to help the people to know about that the plan and policies of this government. It provides the informations about the function of the government, the media to make representative, the media to make representative accountable and answerable to issues by raised by the people. The election media like the television, internet, protocol along with their radio and active on nowadays. So these are all governed by the Broadcasting Act for this 1962. This have become to the meaningful platforms to exchange for these informations between the general public, officials and the political to the leaders. Orally, this, this chapter is completed. In my next class, I will continue in this next chapter.